Candice LeRae perhaps finally putting them in the rear view mirror. However, no rest for the champ.
Piper Niven.
Piper Niven from Chelsea Green's Secret Purpose and now facing off.
I'm going to play in my retro room, so we'll play around. We'll edit some stuff in my retro room, and we'll see how that goes.
Wait, I will say this about Piper. She really impressed us the last time she was in singles action here on Smackdown.
Yes,
Four weeks ago, went toe-to-toe with the eventual Elimination Chamber winner, Bianca Belair.
By the way, we're now live on YouTube as well. I did figure it out.
Let's go back to Clash at the Castle in Glasgow last year when Piper Niven pushed the then women's champ Bayley to her limit, almost becoming champ herself in the process, if not for some severely bad luck. Well, Piper Niven is every
that's fine.
Of any woman
we can hang out
in
here.
this division, including the
trying it out.
Saw how bothered Chelsea.
All right, so we got Tiffany Stratton versus Piper Niven.
Nick Aldis, and she is
actually a pretty good matchup.
Remember, Chelsea Green defending her women's
Piper Niven needs a little more legitimacy behind her character.
Which has been a sensational rivalry, and that will be a street fight match.
Oh, good luck, Chelsea Green against Meechin of all people. Meechin is the absolute queen of death matches. The champ is in trouble.
Oh, did you lose connection?
Especially here in Philly. She trained not far away at the ECW arena, so it's a style that suits her so well. There's the athleticism, the gymnastics background of Tiffany Stratton.
Well, Tiffany Stratton did indeed compete against Chelsea Green last week, a match that was interfered with several times by Piper Niven. So there is some bad blood between these two in the ring right now. But it would be a huge feather in the cap of the powerhouse Niven.
Piper Niven. Piper frickin' Niven.
In the women's division.
He's looking for that running senton, and Stratton able to get on the way and delivers that basement drop kick.
That looked like that hurt.
Onto Niven and Green outside the ring. Springboarding in this time.
Oh, look at that. More commercials. More commercials. Yeah, I miss Jim Ross too. I don't know, guys. This SmackDown's kind of lame. There's not a lot of good stuff to, like, commentate on. I might have picked a dud for the initial wave here. Good old games, dead air. Lots and lots of dead air. I should probably add a button too that'll mute the Chrome. Nice thing about reaction videos is I can just react. You want to know more about the history of these guys? Well, okay, so you don't know it all? That's a good point. I guess I just kind of assume that you keep up with it like I do. So Tiffany Stratton is a relatively new person. She's kind of a high flyer, all around brawler style type of wrestler. And ultimately she is kind of like the next, in my opinion, the next Trish Stratus. It's like this generation's Trish. She'll like definitely try moves and like pave the way, for future generations. Like she's really good in my opinion. Oh yeah, no worries, Volley. We're just hanging out. I just have Smackdown on. We're doing different types of content. Piper Niven is like a much bigger, larger powerhouse. She's a brawler. And again, like a lot of these characters are new to wrestling. This matchup, I feel like, is a good matchup for Piper Niven, in the sense that it is her trying to build her identity. Like under Vince and whatnot, she was really left to like kind of be a squash person. And now she actually is fighting like the world champion. Piper Niven is a good guy, a bad guy. She's actually tagged with, oh God, what's her name now? Chelsea Green. Chelsea Green. I was drawing a blank for a second. Oh, we're back. No, we're not back. So yeah, she's a bad guy. She's aligned with Chelsea Green, who is the original women's intercontinental, U.S. champion. So her angle is like, even though she's Canadian, she's talking like she's like the president type of thing. No, she doesn't align with The Rock. No.
Wait, you brought up the fact that she's been through the ringer recently. You go back to just even Valentine's Day. Oh, and there's the...
Yeah, I would show the footage, but like I would definitely get in trouble. Like, that's a copyright. But like, yeah, Tiffany Stratton was a bad guy, and she turned face. She's a good guy. And she's now the women's champion. So Piper Niven taking on the women's champion and having a good match, in my opinion, is a good reason to kind of elevate Piper Niven. You like that? I've had that there for like forever. Yeah, so as long as you're a sub, you can get all those emotes. But I'll have to kind of update those to be more wrestling themed. That one will obviously stay, but like the start blasting one doesn't make sense anymore.
One shot from Niven is like 10 from anyone else.
Tiffany able to get out of the way and slams her down.
And now you've got this opportunity to do some damage against the bone crusher Niven.
Oh,
she's gotta make it count.
She's going high.
How's this for count?
She got it.
Into the cover, hooks the leg for the win. And the shoulder up by Piper Niven.
Yeah, Tiffany Stratton is kind of like I said, she's a modern day Trish. Like, she's going to definitely blaze some trails. But some of her moves kind of remind me of like the Hardy Boys. Like, she's a high flyer. She'll go off the top ropes and do some pretty risky movesets.
The power, the strength of Niven. Oh, and the left shoulder gets up. Just with a moment to spare to stay alive for the WWE.
I feel like a lot of these wrestlers now under Triple H are really starting to move into the world of like good quality matches rather than like Vince, where it was just all storytelling in pageantry.
This is the danger zone when you're up against Niven.
Ooh.
Nobody's home.
Simply telegraph for too long, and here we go, Joe.
Prettiest moonsault ever. It is Tiffy time.
The danger zone. Tiffy Stratton won. It's Tiffy time.
That's a great win by Charlotte. She's got company.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
Charlotte just showed up. Yeah, there's so much that I can't really like get into everything, Reaper. But like this is definitely like a style of content. So like a lot of the big streamers like Santi Zap, they'll just watch SmackDown, they'll have the audio, and then they react to it. And then people find these streams, and like if they know about it, they'll talk and share. So like that's kind of the hard part. Like I want to explain it to you guys, but at the same time, I'm trying to also like make clips for YouTube so I can put it out. That's why I'm thinking I might just throw on Smackdown, or not Smackdown. I'll put on the new WWE game and we can play that.
Reaching for that left knee.
Charlotte Flair has just been a step ahead of Tiffany.
Yeah, I mean, it would definitely be fun. And, you know, like, I was talking with George. I was talking with Dead Solo. No. I mean, I'll keep talking about it. My plan was to watch SmackDown and then roll into it. Oh, I love this stuff, yeah.
It's officially March, so allow me to illustrate.
Don't be like your primary doctor and chase trends. I will chase whatever I want, Stewman.
Let's start here. The Motor City Machine Guns. They faced DIY 4 months ago, and in an historic night, after
I will do
DIY,
whatever
to win
I want to
the tag team
chase.
championships. The Street Profits were next in line, but before they could make that happen, that was disrupted.
That's why, Snooman, I know I haven't really seen you as much, but that's what this channel is going to be dedicated to. So my YouTube, my Twitch, it's all just wrestling. There's no retro content.
Johnny Gargano betrayed his
I'm having fun.
20 years, and DIY.
Yeah. So the retro stuff is going to be strictly for TikTok. And that's just the OG D-Hit. The main event D-Hit is all wrestling content. So what I'm doing right now is I'm splitting the two worlds. So I'm doing wrestling and I'm doing retro, and they're living in two separate worlds. So like I know that a lot of you guys are probably just not going to like this, and that's okay. That's okay. I'm not making content for the people that like the retro stuff. Some of you guys might like this stuff, and that's cool. Come hang out.
To the Royal Rumble. 2 out of 3 falls match between the Machine Guns and DIY, which was disrupted by the returning Street Profits. And since then,
how many bits to make? I'd have to get a Lucha Libre mask.
So,
it wouldn't even take that many bits, Newman.
Next week, the Street Profits.
I sell myself out all the time. I will say, Newman, there are little things that you guys can trigger.
Which leaves us with tonight.
Like you can get the Undertaker, you can do the Stone Cold Glass Shatter,
and the Motor City Machine Guns in a triple threat match to determine who's next in line.
Yeah, I mean, Reaper, this is a whole thing. Like if you look up Santi Zap, he's probably the biggest one. If you look up his channel, this is all he does. And like WWE actually invites him to events. Like it's crazy. Yeah, there you found it, Suman. There you go. Yeah, so what I wanted to do on Twitch is I want to make it interactive, kind of pulling the same elements that I have from the retro side, but at the same time, like, not oversaturating it. Like, I just don't want to have it too much, especially when I'm doing stuff like this. And kind of going back to what I was originally talking about when, Reaper, you were talking about co-hosting. That's one of the things that I've been asked a lot right now is Dead Solo asked me, George asked me, a personal friend of mine asked me, and I think there was one other person who wanted to do like a podcast for wrestling. So I didn't commit to it right away. I don't want to like just explode and like sign myself up for all this stuff. But then at the same time, like, I'm not going to say no. Like, if it grows, absolutely, I'll do it. I'll absolutely do it.
Sunday on WWE LFG.
But I don't want to like overextend myself because I still got the retro side too. Like I'm still going to be making emotes and all that stuff for retro content.
Bold moves. Who will impress?
Snooman, I got to add the blurb link.
And who will implode?
Undertaker.
Ooh, okay, bro, you're so scary.
It's an all-new WWE LFG Sunday at 8.
Correct.
Central, only
Yes,
on A&E.
correct. And so that's why I kind of built this. I built this whole overlay to do that. So like where the Smackdown sign is, if I was playing 2K, that's actually where the game would show up. And then I have the move transitions to do this. Like I can switch scenes and everything just moves around. But that background is just always constantly going. And like if I wanted to right now, oh, I just realized it's a commercial. If I wanted to, I can go to my homepage and it starts the. So, Snooman, hype train. Snooman with the gifted subscription to Wicked and Big Ange and Kitnu and Sprinkler Guy and Jerky. Woo woo! We got a hype train. We are level 2 hype train, 50%. So that's the other thing too. Snooman, thank you for those gifted subs. I appreciate that. So like when a hype train starts, I can actually trigger little events and all that stuff. Right? Why did you pay for your own, Reaper? Why would you do such a thing? But yes, now they can come in here and they will not have commercials. But thank you, Snewman, for those gifted subs. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. And I'm also on YouTube as well. So that's going to be kind of my next... I don't really have viewers on YouTube. I'm kind of just pushing it to YouTube and hoping that someone finds me. But chances are nobody's going to find me. Level 3. Oh my gosh. Snewman gifted a subscription to FTK and B-Rock and Dark. Oh my goodness. Johnny Bear. Oh my God. Snewman. Thank you for the hype train. Level 3 hype train. So one of my ideas for the hype train is for me to actually have, when it starts, I wrote it down somewhere. It's going to have Stone Cold, and I'm going to have an animated can pop up, and it's going to say, we're going to open up a can of whoop ass. And then every time it levels up, it's going to be a different Stone Cold saying. So like the first one's going to go, what? And then it's going to be like, an what was level 2? I had it all written down. Something like Austin 316 just whipped your ass. Like I'm just going to pull all these out, make animations with each level of the hype train. And then at the end, it's going to say, and that's the bottom line because Stone Cold said so. So that was my next thing. I just didn't plan on anybody really gifting me on Twitch, so I didn't build it right away. And I was wrong. So thank you, Snewman, for proving me wrong. And thank you again for the gifted sub, Snewman. I appreciate it. I can give you an air horn. All right, we're back. We're back. I got an air horn.
And the guys here who keep gathering more and more momentum and confidence.
Well, I just, knowing that this was a new adventure, Snewman, I really didn't expect it, is what it boiled down to.
And from London, England, at a combined weight of 426 pounds,
50 gifts button under the subs? That's a good question.
So the entire tag division on Smackdown has been in complete turmoil now for
Well, the channel points, it should pop up green on your screen, Reaper. Yeah, it should like pop up as green, and then you'll collect your D coins. So on this channel, it's called D coins. On Twitch, every channel's different. So you can call it whatever you want. All right. I believe in Joe Hendry. All right, let's make a big one. Big Joe. Big Joe. Let's go. Let's get those guitars rolling. I even turned off wrestling for you guys. Let's get those hands a-rolling. All right, there actually is wrestling going on. Yes, they do have cooldowns. I think I set them for like 60 seconds. And then here's the other thing, Reaper. I can actually limit the number of times somebody can trigger it. So, like some of those, like Joe Hendry, I probably, instead of you guys having to pay 1,000 coins to trigger Joe Hendry, you can trigger it, but then I can just say like, you know, you can only do it 3 times or 4 times or 5 times.
Look at that from Angel.
You can trigger them as much as you want right now.
Los Garza, who need to get back to instilling fear in the locker room, and Ender.
Yeah, and like the more time you spend on a stream, the more points that you accumulate. And then I think if you're a sub, you get like a bonus. And then on top of that, I think you also get like if you keep showing up, you get like a return bonus. Yeah, so you got to save them up. So, like, early on, you just got to save it up. You got to save up your points. And I think I don't know for a fact if the points roll from stream to stream. I think they do, but I could be wrong. Because I only watched like 1 or 2 people. Oh, they're only like 100 points. Joe Hendry is the most expensive at 1,000. Oh no, Stuma, what's going on in April? By the way, we're in a commercial. Hype train ended at level 3. Let's go. I'm sorry. You know, Reaper, you and I talked about this a while back. There was something with your account that wasn't allowing you to click on those. All right, while we're in commercial mode, I'm going to go grab some water. You guys behave.
Super flings.
We got a job to do tonight. Go out there, you wrestle your heart out.
Women can headline arenas. I know that we can.
My main event is heavyweights and they're male.
Let's show them how we do it in the South.
I want to secure as equal partners.
Then do what's right for business.
All the tickets you two ever sold had your name on them.
This is my destiny.
Queen of the Ring. Rated PG-13.
This used to be the finest pollock in all of Alaska. Now it's the finest pollock in places like Indiana. Arby's, we have the meat.
You like my chair?
I'll show you the ropes, kid. Show you the ropes.
There it is.
Oh, no water allowed? I was starting to get really hoarse.
Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things people love.
One sandwich.
That's the YouTube
says,
TV
"This
background?
guy
Is it really?
appreciates wild caught Alaskan
I don't know.
fish."
I found it.
And a second that says,
I found it
"This
on
guy
YouTube
would
of
like
all
another
places,
sandwich."
so it could
2
be.
for $6.99. Arby's, we have the meat.
Is there anything here you guys?
Oh my
didn't
god,
use to
commercials. Like, I feel like 3/4 of the show have been commercials. All right, I've had enough of this. Let's wrestle. This has been like 3/4 commercials. And then here's the other thing too. So like, it's not just commercials. There's picture in picture. So one half of the screen is wrestling, and then the audio and the video is bigger, which is the commercial. So we're just going to play WWE 2K and call it a day. Wrestling. So we're going to update this. I'll pin you down. Don't you worry. I'll pin you down, Reaper.